Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is EDT, Eau de Treasure. In this video, it's kind of interesting because I don't have any vintage or discontinued or rare fragrances. I am just scratching a few years old itch, finally. And it just came in the mail today. I haven't opened these up as of yet. I'll just tell you what's going on really quickly with this big box here. In here, these are two somewhat modern clones of expensive niche or niche-like fragrances, designer fragrances, but these are kind of hard to get in Japan. The clones have to be ordered and brought in from overseas. I bought these and then a day later, this happened. And this is Tom Ford Ombre Leather. Don't you guys see somebody talking about ombre leather somewhere online, in the fragrance groups, or in YouTube videos? It's gotta be like once a week. Guys, I have never smelled this before. And I've been hearing about this for years. This popped up, someone was selling it, but I had to make sure it was real and not fake. I'm gonna get into all that in this video. Tom Ford Ombre Leather versus Afnan Rare Carbon in this episode of EDT. I already took everything out of the package. Gonna save some time and get right to the presentation of the video. This here, Afnan's Tarathi Blue, really has nothing to do with the video, but I'm gonna tell you the story of how I got these. I just got them recently. So they're two separate sales. This one was one sale, and then these came together. The story with these is this was more of an exchange. So I also sell stuff here in Japan online, and I have a lot of customers that are looking at my stuff that follow me online and want to see what I'm selling. And one guy was interested in a brand new 100 ml sealed Prada Luna Rossa Black, and he wanted to exchange that for something he was selling. So I was kind of hesitant, but I already have a couple bottles of a Prada Luna Rossa Black, and I was interested in these two. He had this one has been opened already, but it's just about full. And this one is still sealed. I don't know why he didn't even open it and try it out yet. So the value of these, I looked them up. This is somewhere around a $40 fragrance. And this one, when it's sealed and new, this is like around $60. So I'm guessing this is worth like 50 bucks. So together, these are somewhere around, say, $90. And the unopened Prada Luna Rossa Black is somewhere around $110. So it wasn't exactly even, but it was close enough. And if you didn't know about Tarathi Blue, this is considered one of the best clones of Bulgari Tiger. Bulgari Tiger is one of Bulgari's higher end fragrances. They have a high end fragrance line. I actually have a video about Tiger because I have a 30 ml bottle of it. According to AROMATIX, if you've seen that channel on YouTube, excellent fragrance channel. Neeb does a great job with the Middle Eastern fragrances. He tries them all out and guesses what they're cloning or just reviews them. He said that this is one of the best, and there's like 10 different Tiger clones. He said that this one is tied for another one for the absolute best. So this video is not about this one. I just want to show you what I got in the deal. We are going to talk about these two fragrances. So this one came with it. As I said, it's still sealed. Haven't opened it yet. Tom Ford Ombre Leather. This one I've always been hearing nonstop about this one online. I was waiting for it. Of course, I'm not going to pay full retail price for this thing. And it's hard to find discounted unless you buy it used. This only comes up for sale a few times a year. It sells quickly and it's not cheap, but this time it was cheap and I grabbed it. But the question is this a fake? You guys know how often Tom Ford fragrances are fake. So I did look on YouTube, the video where they compare the fake one and the real one. You know, I have the real one right here. Maybe I'll put a picture of one of the fakes right here on this side so you can see the comparison. Also the cap, it looks pretty legitimate according to the video. And it is somewhat heavy. A lot of fakes never have a heavy cap. It's always a lighter cap, and this one feels pretty hefty. There is the sprayer. Take a look on top. And another giveaway with the fakes is the detail of this leather strip here. If you can see right here, it's not that, the quality is not there. You can see there's an obvious difference between this one and the fake one. Let's say I'm 95% sure that this is legit. If this is fake, let me know in the comments, guys. But let's say this is the real deal. I'm going to spray this on one hand, and I'm going to open this one up and spray this on the other hand. I'm going to tell you how I feel the opening compares. I'm going to come back a little bit later and tell you what I think of the dry down on these. All right, let's take a look at the box and the presentation quick before I open it up. Rare Carbon. Kind of don't like this weird children's cursive writing, right? It looks like looks like your first cursive when you're learning how to write when you're in first grade. So Afnan, if you guys don't know, it's a well-known Middle Eastern company that makes some pretty good fragrances. Now, I don't open up brand new fragrances often on this channel. A lot of other YouTube channels do that. You ever see them, guys, where they pull out a razor, like a scalpel or a knife, and they're wearing white gloves or whatever, and they open this up? Guys, I am much more low budget than that. You've seen my scissors before. Like, these are like kindergarten scissors. Like, I don't even care. Let's open the sucker up. Maybe I don't even need it. All right. All right, we got it out of the plastic. Let's take a look at this thing where the bottle has been banging into this thing and wearing it out. These Middle Eastern presentations, they never have a piece of foam or something there to keep the bottle steady. You'd think that they would do that, but they really don't care. A lot of the packaging is kind of shoddy on the inside. It looks nice on the outside. You hear the bottle rattling around in the box? They're just the packaging. They never really secure the bottle inside. Whatever it is, it could be the like the Latafa Assad or you name it. It's always rolling around inside, and I just think that's one of the annoying things with these companies, that they never really secure the bottle with better packaging. But look at this. Look at this bottle. Like, it kind of has like a revolver design. This is really cool looking. You know, this was on my radar too, because this was too expensive. I wanted to buy this one, you know, for the past, what, year and a half? 2 years since I first heard about this. But again, it doesn't exist in Japan. I would just want to pay like 20 bucks for this, but people are trying to sell this for like 50, 60 bucks. And the cap is kind of hefty too. Eau de parfum. Want to see a batch code? Production date, July 23. Here goes the first spray. Now with these Middle Eastern fragrances, they do need time to macerate. I would say most of them do, so maybe this one will smell different later. Wow, I can smell it already. Give a whiff of this. All right, definitely leather. This is a smooth leather. I don't have a whole lot of leather fragrances right now. I have the TRL, Tuscan Raspberry Leather from Project Alternative. All right, so this is pretty good, just off the bat. Now let's try the Tom Ford on this hand. Good sprayer, but it's spilling a little bit. So right off the bat, yes, they're similar. I'd say they're about, I would say maybe 85%, not 90%. I would say 85%. It is a leather smell like this, but this one is obviously higher quality. It is smoother. It is nicer. It does smell higher quality. Like, you can smell all these ingredients in this one. And this one, it's not bad, but there's an obvious difference. With the Tom Ford Ombre leather, I get this smooth leather scent. And there is a tiny bit of sweetness in there. It's almost like that Tuscan leather, just not as strong. Like, Tuscan leather is just a really strong leather fragrance with a little bit of raspberry in there to kind of smooth it out. And this is just kind of like a more wearable version of that, a more mass-appealing version of that. This doesn't smell like something that I would want to wear in the heat or the summer. Obviously, this is something for cooler weather. And this one is a decent alternative. It's a decent clone. I would say this is 85% there. It just kind of feels a little bit weird on my hand. Everything looks fine. My hand is not getting like red from this, but I can feel the oils and the chemicals or compounds. It feels different on this hand than it does on this hand. I'll read you off the notes of Tom Ford Ombre Leather according to Fragrantica. The top notes, you have cardamom. Leather and jasmine sambac are in the mid notes. Amber, moss, and patchouli for the base notes. You would think there'd be a tiny bit of oud in this, because it does have somewhat of this sour woodiness to it, but no, there's no oud in the note listing. And I do think this is a fantastic fragrance, but I'll be honest with you guys, this is not for everybody. This might not be for you if you're watching this. No matter how great a fragrance is, and this does really smell a lot like a smooth, wearable leather, maybe you don't want to smell like leather. You know, a lot of people love tobacco fragrances. Maybe you don't want to smell like tobacco. I know a lot of people talk about how great By the Fireplace is by Maison Margiela. Do you really want to walk around smelling like a campfire? It basically smells like a campfire. And I look at these like they're beautiful works of art to create something that smells the way it does with the ingredients that they use and the longevity and how it has transitions and changes throughout the life on skin or even on clothes. But do you really want to smell like that walking around outside? And I'm sure for many of you the answer is yes. There are a lot more notes for Rare Carbon, according to Fragrantica. The top notes are leather, a violet leaf, nutmeg, and cinnamon. The mid notes are violet, agarwood, which is oud, rose, and cedar. Then in the base notes, sandalwood, vetiver, and amber round this one out. I've taken some time and I've smelled the dry down, and just to give you my final first impression on these two fragrances. The dry down is very nice in the Tom Ford. I don't really notice that much of a difference. I mean, it hasn't been hours. It's somewhat of a linear scent. This is a classy leather scent with some other notes to round it out. If you want to smell like high quality leather, but smooth leather, then you should wear this. This one as a dupe or a clone, this one works for the opening. Let's just say the first, I don't know, half hour or so. And then as it dries down, it's just not as strong anymore. And it doesn't, like the scent doesn't change. It just kind of like fades away a little bit. And it has this weird effect. It just has a weird feeling on my skin. So I don't know about the chemicals or what Afnan is using in this one. If you know anything about that, guys, leave me a comment. If you know anything about the chemicals that they're using in these, but it doesn't really feel that comfortable on my skin. This one feels fine. Like I don't even feel it. So I'm probably not going to wear this. I mean, I got the real thing. Now this is rated very highly, just as this is too on Fragrantica. But just my initial impression, I'm going to try it out a little bit more, but I'm not really that impressed with Rare Carbon. I would like to try some of the other dupes that are out there now. There's one from Latafa or Maison Alhambra that was really cheap. I think that one was like 16 or 18 bucks. Is this worth the money? I think so. For $30 or less, I'd say $35 max. If you don't want to shell out the whatever these go for, $200 or $300 for 100 ml. If you want to get into something like this and this is in your budget, I'd say it's all right. I guess I should tell you what I paid for this. You already know the deal with this. I think I kind of overpaid with this one and with the other one. You know, if I was trying to sell them in USA, these would probably go for like 30 bucks or something. And I traded them for a sealed Prada Luna Rosa Black, which is that one's gotta be worth 100 bucks at least. It's all about relationships, guys, and this seller, I bought stuff from him, he buys stuff from me. I wanted to keep a good relationship and I wanted to try out these two fragrances. Let's put this one back in the picture. But this one, guys, you know the reason I bought this was because it was 10,000 Japanese yen, which is 66 bucks. The seller, they said that they were selling it for a friend that didn't want it anymore. I don't see a Japanese sticker on it, but I did my quick research and saw that it looks pretty darn legit to me. So I bought it. And the person said they're not sure how much is in it because you can't see how much is inside this thing. So I already put the flashlight on it, guys. This is full. They said maybe it's 80 or 90% full. It's mostly full, they said, but this thing looks like it's missing 3 or 4. Not even 5 ml. How did I do? What do you think of these fragrances, guys? Have you ever tried these? Let me know in the comments. And what about the Tarathi Blue, guys? Do you want to see me do a comparison? This one versus the Bulgari Tiger, since I have the bottle. Would you like to see that? Let me know in the comments if you want to see me make a video like that. Did you like the video? Give me a thumbs up, hit the like button if you like the video, and if you like this kind of content. I don't usually do reviews, sometimes I do, but I like collecting discontinued, vintage, rare, and interesting fragrances, and just blog about my fragrance life, what I like doing here in Japan where I live. If you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. I do about 2 videos a week I upload, something like that. Hope you're having a great day out there, guys, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care.